I'm going to talk about the truth to this game. The truth everyone needs to hear. How have I been doing? Good. I've been doing good. Quarantine, but good. What do I want to talk about? Success. Because everyone who is watching this video is going to succeed, and that's for one very simple purpose. And let me get to that point. What's in the works right now? Project. We got another project. Dropping 2 projects this year, 2020, 2021, dropping 3 projects. Gonna knock a few more videos out very soon once this shit's over, probably in July, August. But I wanted to say that one thing that makes you different watching this, if you're a fan of the music, you're a fan of the content, I'm cultivating a fan base very slowly of the most elite intelligence. It means people with a purpose, I want people who share the same amount of confidence to a craft or to a passion as I do. That's why I haven't exploded. I'm not just building a fan base off shenanigans, off kids. I'm building a fan base off mature individuals who are bred to be successful and who are going to be just as successful as they believe they can become. That's what I'm building. That's what I'm going to start talking about. If anyone's battled with mental health, I just finished 4 projects. I was very passionate over the last 3 years talking about that, but I feel with the 4 projects now, it's always going to be a topic that's intertwined with my conversations and next albums that are coming out, well, EPs. But now we're going to change the game. We're going to change the landscape, because I'm seeing more and more, and the more I'm starting to hang around these labels and these artists, so much is falsified. Everything you see, even your most famous big A-list artists, their jewelry's rented. People are coming to, you pay for that. Like, you pay for these. I'm starting to learn these media publications, whether good or bad, the Shade Room, Complex, you pay to play, man. You pay to play everything. If you want to get into the music business, this is the game. You gotta have funding. Music industry, this is what it's based off. Very simple, 2 things. Same thing as politics. Funding. Who is funding your positioning? Are you getting enough funding to put yourself into a placement where you can make a difference? And number 2, positioning. Are you positioned? Do you have leverage? Can someone else come and take your position from you? And if they cannot, why can they not? What is your importance? That is the music business. I've acquired positioning and placement. Growth in the next couple years, you guys are going to see a lot of it. Funding, I'm working to acquire. Being an independent act, everything's being funded by myself, and I think I'm going to look into alternatives to acquire funding that's aside from a record deal, unless I see it would be lucrative on my end. But one thing I want before I sign anything, leverage. I think leverage is the most important thing you need to have in this game, because too many artists, and I'm seeing these contracts now, and thank God we're in the era where artists are starting to come out and talk about the bullshit and not falsifying their egos. Finally, artists are talking about the real shit, and the truth of the matter is, you're giving up your publishing. You're giving up, basically, when you hear these artists using big words, you're giving up legacy. You are cashing in on that quick paycheck, that jackpot that you've been investing in, and a lot of people come from circumstances where they need that quickly. And you are now putting yourself in a position where you have income that you can give to your family, to your kids, that you need to start up a business, to help start your businesses, but not for longevity. You're signing in a bank loan, essentially. That's what a record label is. The only difference from a business loan and a record deal is the fact of wording. It's the same thing, though. Before you start a small business, you need to have your foundation, you need to have your business in development, you need to have everything set, even without your funding. Same thing when you're building a music brand, you need to have your image down, you need to cultivate a small cult following, a fan base. And that's what you need. That's what you need in this business before you can succeed. And then with that, you sign a loan. And then if an advance that you're given, you can't produce the same funding that was given to you, you become dropped and indebted. Basically means you're now in debt. So any projects, that's why you see a lot of artists just stop putting out music, because it's either you put out music or but the music that you're putting out is owned by the record label and you're paying off your indebted advancement. Otherwise, you just don't put out music in general, and you use that money instead to pay for lawyers to help get yourself out of the deal, which in turn you're losing both ways because you're not generating money, you're losing your fan base, you're not putting out content. It's a very hard industry to get into, so you want to build that leverage so that you don't need to worry about that. So that's why I'm taking this so slow. But I do want to keep producing free content, and I'm going to keep putting out content. I have my next projects I'm going to drop in October of this year, and then next year I'm planning on dropping 3 projects and a lot more videos and giving you guys a lot more insight on what this industry is about, because it's very false. It's very false what you see. I have a lot of DMs coming in from younger kids in their teens, and everyone wants the truth, right? I don't think everyone should be famous because it's not worth what you're giving up. You're essentially giving up freedom for a paycheck, and that paycheck runs out when you no longer of a value, or your fans are now bored of you and the content you put out. Risky business, very risky business. But I just wanted to tell you guys that's where my mind's at. I appreciate everyone listening, and I want to know that if you're listening, you're not a fan. You are a prospect. You're a prospect to be of the level of the gods. You are someone who is going to succeed at levels beyond your imagination. And if you just have patience, you're going to get there, I promise you.